What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Turnbuckle Tommy's Picks and Six. I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking us out. Super excited, man. We got week 2 football coming up tomorrow. Big Sunday card. Got a lot of spots on the board we like, but we're going to talk about 3 plays today or tonight for tomorrow. So there are some other plays I look to get on the board with, probably might get to the window with. If you want to know what all the plays I get, you guys know you can go to X. Check me out on X at Tommy Turnbuckle. You can get all my plays there for free every day, everything that I bet. So, yeah, that's about it, man. With no further ado, let's get started on the games for Week 2 NFL.
Hut! Hike!
Okay, so at the time of recording, the lines that I got are no longer available. That is one good thing. We got some great CLV on these picks we got. So first pick up on the board, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. I got the over 45.5 in this game. That line is now 47.5. I still like it at 47.5. This is a game where I could easily see both teams touching 30. Here's my thing. We already know what Buffalo's offense can do. We saw it against the Ravens. We've seen how quick they can put up points. That offense is capable. Now, granted, the fumble by Derrick Henry at the end was really what kind of sealed the coffin for Baltimore. They probably could have held on to the win if he would have held on to the ball, but, that's neither here nor there. Point is, you see how quick Buffalo can put points on the board. They do it at a rapid pace. It's a high-powered offense. Josh Allen does what Josh Allen does, and that's usually some pretty cool shit on the field. And on the other side of the ball, you got the New York Jets. Now, what's the one thing we could take away from the Buffalo and Baltimore game? And that was that Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry literally did whatever they wanted to. They ran wherever they wanted to on that field, all over that defense. What do the New York Jets have? They might not have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, but they got Justin Fields and Breece Hall. And whether you want to admit it or not, or whether people even realize it or not, Justin Fields is one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the NFL. That was his story. That was why he was such a high draft pick. He didn't have the best arm in college. He didn't have the best accuracy. He was an athlete, and his legs and his football IQ and his ability to move were phenomenal. So you basically have like the lower B version of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Breece Hall, he's no Derrick Henry, but Breece Hall is ridiculously fast. He can cut and juke at the drop of a hat without slowing down at all. I think Buffalo's defense has the same problems with Justin Fields and Breece Hall as they did with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. I actually like the Jets with the 6.5 points. I think after that big Buffalo win over Baltimore, I think this could be a good little letdown spot. First road game. They leave home. They don't go far. They stay in state, but still, it's first road game, and I think it could be a good little letdown spot. But more than the Jets with the points, we like the over 45.5, and yes, I still like it at 47.5. Next pickup on the board.
Hut! Hike!
We're going to sunny South Florida. We got the New England Patriots taking on the Miami Dolphins. This was a spot that I was able to grab the under at 44.5, minus 115. Right now, that line is 43.5. I still like it at 43.5. You got a Miami team that just played a game where they scored 8 points, and they did that at the very end of the game. Let's not get confused and make it sound like they were in it by any means necessary. That was a big loss. They looked horrible. Barely broke 200 yards of total offense, 211 yards. Tua looked lost out there. I don't trust Miami to put up points on this board. And then on the other side of the ball, you got the New England Patriots. And the Patriots, I mean, what are you going to say? They looked like they were just there. 20-13 loss against the Raiders. They had 336 yards of offense. They were able to move the ball. Drake May looked good. 276 passing yards, 60 rushing yards. Raiders played better football. They were able to squeeze out the win by a touchdown. But the point is you got a team, one team that scored 13 points and then another team that scored 8. The total is 44 and a half. I don't think this will be a super high scoring game. I think the Patriots will probably struggle to get the ball up and down the field, and I think the same thing on the opposing end. I think they're in the locker room at Miami. I think there's some bad juju in there, man. I really do. You got Tua, who, after 2 hardcore concussions in a really short amount of time, it's got to be like walking on eggshells when you're playing with this guy. You're afraid with every hit he takes. Every time someone touches him, you're probably flinching. You got an all-star wide receiver in Tyreek Hill who does not want to be there. So he doesn't want to be there. Does he not want to be there because of his teammates? And how much is he really wanting to play hard for them? Yeah, he's playing for contract or playing to look good for other teams, but other teams know what Tyreek Hill can do. They watched him do it for plenty of years now. So I think there's some bad juju in that Miami locker room, man, and I don't think Miami's going to move the ball like that. I actually like New England at plus 110, to be honest with you. I might throw a little something on New England money line. This is a spot. I think New England can go to Miami and bounce back. Now, historically, Miami actually plays New England really good. Miami was Tom Brady's kryptonite for years. They played the first game of the season for a few different times. I believe their opening game of the season was against Miami, and they lost. Miami could just always beat them. I don't think that's going to be the case in this situation. I think both teams struggle to score. Neither offense impressed me last week. Give me the under 44 and a half. Next pick up on the board.
Hut! Hike!
We got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Tennessee Titans, and this is another spot. We went with another under, just like week one. Week one, it was 13-2 to the unders in the 15 games. Now, don't expect that trend to stay on throughout the year. These teams are going to start finding their rhythm. They're going to start scoring at will, depending on who they're playing. But it's just the matchup in general with the Rams and the Titans. We took the under 42. That line now is at 41.5. So, like I said, we got good CLV on all our picks. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win, but it's never a bad thing being on the right side of the market. Being on the right side of the money movement's always a good sign. Anyway, the Rams 14-9 victory last week. The Titans a 12-20 loss, and this Rams team I'm a huge fan of, man. They're a team with a vet quarterback who knows how to lead a team. You got guys that none of them really care to be the stars. You got to remember, Sean McVay's like the best when it comes to. He's almost like the athletics of football. Like, he can build a team, or the Brewers of football, I should say. He can build a team out of pennies. And, most of their star players are third-round picks, second-round picks. Like, I think what was Puka Nacua, fifth-round pick or something. He's just really good at developing these guys, man. He sees something in them. He gets them, works with them for a season or two, and turns these dudes into killers. But, I like this Rams team. They know how to drag out those drives too. That's another thing they're good at. Yeah, they can get those big explosive plays. It's typical to see Matt Stafford, toss a 40-yard bomb to Puka Nacua or something. But this is a spot. I think I like this under, man. I don't see these teams going out there and putting up a lot of points. On the other side of the ball, you got the Titans, who, I mean, what can you say about the Titans? Now, you look at the score of last week's game, a 12-20 loss against the Broncos, and you would look at it and think, man, like, this Titans team was kind of in it, I mean, Broncos only beat them by 8. That was not the case at all. Broncos shot themselves in the foot in that game. The Titans had 133 total yards. I mean, like, what are we doing, dude? 62 passing yards, 71 rushing yards. And yes, okay, I get that, Broncos have a solid defense. I understand that, but come on, man. 133 total yards. This is a team that's not looking good. You got a rookie quarterback. I think Cam Ward has the potential to develop into a good quarterback. I don't think he's going to be that guy this year. I think he has a typical freshman year where he really struggles. This year's draft class wasn't killers. It was slim pickings this year. You put Cam Ward in any other draft class or a good quarterback draft class, and he would have not went number one. I can promise you that. I think he struggles here. I think the Rams and Sean McVay and Matt Stafford are able to get these long, painful drives in. And yeah, I like the game to stay under 42. This is also a spot I like the first half under, and I like the Rams first half and full game. I think the Rams just dominate this Titans team up and down. You got some experienced, grizzled vets on that team. You got a QB who just knows how to lead a pack. I like the Rams in this. I like the under. Give it to me. Give it to me. Next pickup on the board.
Hut! Hut! Hike!
So for the final pick, guys, we're making this one short and sweet. We're going with DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown. These aren't really picks that I throw out on a regular. I'm not a super big prop guy. I'll find them. I'll play them sometimes if I see some value in them. But this is a spot I like DK Metcalf at the revenge angle. Last week you saw, Aaron Rodgers did his thing against the Jets, seeing his old team. Granted, the Jets looked good too, but, Aaron Rodgers was kind of able to just move that ball around. DK Metcalf, had some catches. He didn't put on a big show or nothing. But let's not forget who DK Metcalf is, man. DK Metcalf is a guy who has played this game for, a long time. He's good. He had almost 100 yards, off 4 catches. So, he averaged 20 yards a catch. This is against his old team where he spent a lot of his career with the Seattle Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that will make sure, specifically because it's his old team, he gets him in the box. He sees the end zone. Plus 160, DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown. Book it, take it to the window, cash it. Guys, that wraps it up for week 2 of Picks in 6 with Turnbuckle Tommy. I appreciate you tuning in as always. Please hit that like and subscribe on your way out. And again, get on my X, Instagram. Now that it's football season, we'll be putting the picks up on Instagram too. But at Tommy Turnbuckle, that's where you can find the handle on YouTube and X. You can get my plays every day for free. I'm still posting my MLB plays on there. We're 2-1. We went 2-1 today. MLB plays are selective. I'm getting very, very, very selective. It's getting that time of year. Only have a couple in there. To be honest with you, by week 3 of football, I probably won't be doing any MLB until playoffs. But you can still get the plays there. We had a great day in college football. Went 3-1 in college. So go check out the X page. Again, hit the like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Enjoy week 2. I hope everyone has a great NFL Sunday. Let's smoke them.